is take away the smell of whatever territorial mouse. She did go on my shirt. Oh man, this is what I mean, they're crazy. Can you guys see her? She's like a lump right here. Oh my gosh. Oh, no, come back. I bet that's Dahlia. Yep, of course. Tonight I'll meet you there. Hey guys, it's me Curtis, and today's video is going to be all about giving you guys some tips and also some of the differences between owning more than 2 mice. As you guys can see, I do have Willow here with me. If you did not meet Willow, or at least hear a little bit about her story, I will leave a link somewhere up here in the card to the video where I introduce her to you. And also I have Dahlia here, so that is her name. Okay, so today's video is mouse related, so as I linked in my previous videos, I do have a mouse playlist dedicated to cage tours, care tips, and care advice, all about these guys. And if you guys would like to kind of check that out and find some more videos that I have made about mice, then you guys can click up above in the card to go see those videos. Do you guys see Dahlia cleaning herself? She's so cute. But the first tip that I have to give you guys is if you have more than 2 mice, at least have 1 of everything per 2 mice. So just like you would have a pair of mice, you would have 1 of everything. I have 3, and even though I don't have 4 as of right now, I still feel like I should have at least 2 of everything. So at least 2 wheels, 2 water bottles. I definitely have at least 1 of everything for every 2 mice that you have in your cage. So the second tip is to spot clean frequently. I definitely noticed that having more than 2 mice causes a quicker and obviously more abundant production of things like ammonia that are found in the mice urine and whatnot. So spot clean is going to really help minimize the odor in your mouse cage. So this next tip is also beneficial if you are adding any new mice into your cage, but that is just to clean everything down very well and maybe possibly eliminate anything that you cannot get the odor out of. Now what this is going to do is take away the smell of whatever territorial mouse is being very controlling over that one item, and that will give the other mice in the cage a chance to, interact with that toy or whatever else in the cage that happens to be. Also, that's very helpful for when you're introducing mice, because when you're introducing mice, you don't want them to feel neglected from the group because the previous mice that you already have marked up all the toys. So this is another very good tip, and that is to have a lot of toys and things like boredom breakers in your mouse cage in order to keep their brains stimulated. This is going to help them not be as prone to want to fight. One of my mice is trying to go in my shirt. She did go in my shirt. Oh man, this is what I mean, they're crazy. Can you guys see her? She's like a lump right here. But anyway, yes, that is like an aggression and kind of territorial tip, just to have a lot of toys in their cage to keep their minds stimulated and more off of one another. Alright, so the next tip kind of relates to one of the previous tips that I mentioned dealing with odor, but that is just to have a very well ventilated cage. So not only if your cage is poorly ventilated is it going to smell more and be moist, but all of that ammonia can very at a high percentage give your mice things like an upper respiratory infection or just a respiratory infection in general, which is obviously not good. You will need to see a vet and your mouse is going to be sick. So not only, like I said, are you going to be feeding into the thought that mice are stinky animals, but you are also putting the health of your mouse at risk. This next tip is something that I personally do, and that is to use various beddings for your mouse. Or mice, really, if we're talking about female mice. But what this is going to do is give the best of 2 or however many you use worlds. So for example, something like Aspen is very good with odor control, but it's maybe not as comfortable as Carefresh. So my personal mix that I use for my mice is approximately 60% Aspen and 40% Carefresh. This provides a good balance between comfort and odor control. Alright, so this next tip is my last tip, and that is to have an even number of females in your group or colony. So I say that because, as you know, female mice are very social animals, and speaking from personal experience, female mice should not be kept should not be kept alone. So let's say you only have 2 mice. I really recommend having at least more than 2, now I learned. But if you have only 2 mice, then if one passes away, then one is going to be by itself. Oh, why would you do that? So some studies have shown that having an even number of mice works out better than odd, because, especially for female mice of course, because a lot of times 2 mice will form a stronger bond, and then there will kind of be that one mouse that is kind of like the third wheel, which, I mean, depending on how you look at it, may be something negative that you want to think about. So even though I'm not sure how well I explained myself in that last tip, I hope that you guys did learn some new facts and tips about keeping more than 2 mice. I have only been keeping more than 2 mice for still under a month, but these are just some things that have really helped me out along the way. So if you guys did like today's mouse video, do not forget that you guys can check out the playlist somewhere up on top to go check out some more of the mouse videos that I have done here on my channel. And don't forget that you guys can also subscribe to make sure that you do not miss any more of my future content. If you guys are interested in regular future post updates and pictures of the pets, you guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, which are just @Lasane, just like my channel name, to see those. But the mice are being very difficult to be handled right now, and I think they want to go in their cage. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I will see you guys all in my next one.